think it through for a second. Somebody is getting loaded. They do all these horrible things. They end up sober, and the first thing they do is they lay down at night, and all these horrible feelings come. And the only thing they know how to do to deal with that is run and get loaded. So they run, get loaded, and they do more horrible things. Now the only thing that's going to work again is drugs, and it's like a vicious cycle.
I knew I wasn't going to make it. I told myself I was going to make it. I hyped myself up I was going to make it, but this time I truly believed in my heart that since I got this opportunity from you guys, was to run with it, and I wanted it so fucking bad that there was nothing stopping me.
So she's been in this cycle for so long. And we don't have to teach her how not to use drugs. We have to teach her how to live, how to feel depressed and not want to get loaded, how to feel angry and not want to run, how to feel good and not want to go party. So it's teaching her really now how to live life on life terms and be able to deal with stress and all that kinds of stuff.
According to the Centers for Disease Control, in 2015, 91 people per day died of an overdose of either opioids or heroin. In the past, prescription opioids were blamed for the increase in deaths from overdosing. However, the head of the CDC recently testified before Congress and attributed the dramatic increase in overdose deaths to heroin and synthetic opioids. And those increases are largely due to illicitly manufactured fentanyl.
Go see your mama, bro. I know.
Oh, I miss you.
This is what I call the epitome of drug abuse. This girl was living behind the hospital in the dirt, shooting dope, pregnant, scared, cold, and lonely.
Another one. Another one.
You know, it's one of those kind of things. When the phone rang and I heard her on the phone, I can hear in the voice.
This is pretty much like my only hope to get clean. If you give me a call back, that'd be great.
The desperate tone of voice, and it scared me. It really scared me because I knew right then that if we didn't go and rescue this kid, she's going to be dead.
Oh, hi, Carrie.
It's going to be a long, hard road for her. It's going to be a long, hard road for the whole family because you want to go, oh my God, she's in a rehab and life's going to be great and they're going to save her. But all those feelings are still there. So imagine how she feels. Imagine how her family feels.
If I didn't get Harry's help within 24 hours, I was gonna kill myself.
Do you understand how many times we found you incoherent in our house and called ambulances because you were overdosing? Dad found you stuck in a bathroom and he had to kick the door down. Do you know how many times we called ambulances just to save your life?
Put yourself in mom's or dad's position for a second. When you have a daughter you love more than anything in the world, she's your kid. But you go to bed every night not knowing if she's going to be alive or not in the morning. How do you sleep? These parents didn't sleep well. Thank God, I guess, if you want to look at it that way, because they found her in the bathroom. Dad had to kick the damn door down to save her life.
Mommy, I'm so happy. I swear this is going to change my whole life.
I think you say, you're my daughter, you're my life. And the thought of losing you, I can't even imagine. You don't know the hurt that it would cause. I thought I was going to have a heart attack.
And with the pain that's been caused, everybody still loves you. And that's the thing. We never stop loving you.
Never.
You know, it's just that this thing
we'll always love you, Jennifer.
This thing has made us sick. It's made people lose sleep. It's killed relationships that you once had that were good. Which I pray to God, and Mom does, and your brother and everybody else, that this is the time that you're going to get it together and understand just how sweet and beautiful life can be, and not do what you've been doing, basically destroying you and everything around yourself.
Watching Jennifer's expressions is she knows all this. She's lived it. She knows that she's overdosed. She knows Dad had to kick the door down. She knows about the tears and the crying. Now she has to deal with that. She has to now figure out, hey, is this what I want to do the rest of my life? Is it, it's drugs or love?
I think this drug has done one thing. It's created a monster that you don't even know what it feels like to feel good anymore because you've done that crap for so long. But once you start smelling those sweet roses, you're going to go, my God, why did I wait this long? I truly believe that. And I told you that over and over again. Once you start feeling what's good in life again, you're going to push even harder to get better in life again.
Drugs make good people do bad things. Drugs turn good dreams into nightmares and make people do horrible things. And the only way they deal with it is by continuing to use drugs. She now has to face her demons. She had to look at her mom and listen to this. She had to listen to the father saying, we thought we were going to bury you. This is pretty intense feelings that this girl now has to deal with.
Yes,
Say something.
I don't love my drugs more than I love you.
How do you feel about that? Tell them.
I'm so sorry and I love you.
I want her to bury that part of her world. I want her to say goodbye to drugs and hello to life. And this is what you lose, and this is what you hurt. This is what you have right here for you now. So I'd rather bury the drugs here and say goodbye to them than you. In the cemetery, and that's a place where people go when they die. I don't want her to be buried in that cemetery. I would rather her bury that part of her life.
Your drugs. I thought I could do anything with you until you started to kill me. I completely fell in love with you as I thought you fell in love with me harder. You've broken my heart, but even more broken everything I am and everything around me. I sit here in tears, but tears of happiness, because I've become better than you'll ever be, stronger than you'll ever know, and more anything than you'll ever think of. Fuck you and everything you think you are. Nothing, you piece of shit, and the only thing that will kill me is the amount of strength I'll put in to destroy you and what you actually think you've become.
It's the end of that part of your life. And the beginning is something new. And I really want you to really think of all the stuff that drugs took from you.
It feels like all that baggage, that whole life is just weighing down on one piece of paper.
Mm-hmm. It was important for her to write a goodbye letter to drugs, a screw you letter to drugs, a look at what you've done to me to drugs, and a get out of my life, and bury it once and for all.
Bye. Fuck you. Never come back.
So when we picked Jennifer up, the good thing is she was really ready. She was tired of being sick and tired. She was tired of feeling the feelings that she was feeling. She was tired of living in the streets. She was scared about her child. She was scared about her life. So when we brought her in, she was really ready to make some changes, thank God.
With one puff in the nostril of the patient, and it can be administered to any suspected opioid overdose, even on children who are as young as a year old.
I think the first thing we want to do is we want to press upon them how close they came. You know, if it wasn't for, their friend, their family, whoever it was that came upon them and they didn't activate 911, they'd cease to be. There'd be no tomorrow. There'd be no next high.
You know how many people I've seen that have meth-induced psychosis that are never coming back? I mean, never coming back. They're going to be meth-induced psychotic forever.